Episode of MicroBeau International right here in YouTube, and today we're going to be talking about the 3 machines that MicroBeau International offers. One of them hasn't been released yet. One of them, which is the Spectra Xion, has been out for more than a year, and another one is just started shipping, which is the Bellar. So a lot of people have a lot of questions regarding what are the features of every machine, which machine should I get, and in this video we're going to address all the differences so you can understand and make an educational decision when purchasing one of these machines. So the first machine that I have right here, which is the first machine we're going to have to start talking, is the Spectra Xion S. So I'm going to put these machines on the side. And we're going to talk about the Spectra Xion S because even though it's a machine that's been out there for a while, people still having some questions, especially new artists that never seen the machine or never tattooed with the machine. So I want to cover in this segment the features that set this machine apart. So one of the main things that makes this machine different is the fact that this machine has a motor that can be removed. Therefore, you can actually change the stroke. Now, the stroke is basically what propels the needle up and down, and it's what also sets the length of that needle travel. So the Spectra Xion comes with a 2.5 installed in the motor. I'm going to show you guys. Just twist the motor and you guys are going to see this little cam right here. So this is the little cam that actually you can change to get the different needle travel. Again, by default, 2.5 is the one that comes right out of the box. A lot of people like the 2.5. A lot of people prefer the 1.8. I'm not going to cover how to change the stroke because there are other videos right here in the YouTube channel. Now, the other thing that makes this machine unique is the very first machine that features give adjustments. So this little knob right here, can actually be turned in one direction or the other to soften or harden the head. Okay, so you can actually have an impact with much more force, or you can have an impact of your needle that is a little bit softer. Now, why is that so important for a machine to do that? Well, a lot of artists use this machine not only for eyebrows or lips, but they also use it for ruler restoration, scar camouflage. And a lot of the times you're gonna need the machine to hit in a different way because not all skin is actually the same. So you can actually hit this machine, set this machine to hit a little bit harder, or you can set this machine to hit a little bit softer. Now you're working with a client where you see that the skin is a little bit sensitive, maybe age has something to do with the way the skin is behaving when you're tattooing, bleeding a little bit too much, then you can actually soften the head of your needle. Now this is the only machine where you can actually adjust that by hand. Not only that, believe it or not, is one of the few machines for permanent makeup where you can actually remove and properly either autoclave the grip, or you can actually have a disposable version of the grip. So you can either autoclave it or dispose the needle and the grip at the same time when you're done with your tattooing. Now, those grips are up and coming, and they're going to be available at MicroBeau.com, and also they're going to be available at darklab.com. Now, this is basically the main features. Of course, there is a lot to this machine, the custom motor, and a lot of technical features that may not be actually beneficial for me outlining right now because I want to set the difference. But number one, you can remove the motor, you can actually change the stroke, you can set the 1.8, you can say the 2.5 to suit your your speed, your style. You can also adjust the head, the give. The machine can hit harder or it can hit softer, and you can also remove the grip for proper sanitation of your machine, and you can autoclave the grip or dispose it. Now, this machine has been out for about a year and change, and there are thousands of this machine out there. A lot of artists are loving this machine. It's a very, very versatile machine, whether you're into permanent makeup or you are a hybrid artist where you do a little bit of tattoos and also a little bit of permanent makeup. This one is going to be the machine that's going to give you the most, out of your buck. So if you're looking for like an all-rounder, this is the machine, Spectra Xion S, and again, you can find it at MicroBeau.com or darklab.com. Now, let me just make sure that I pop the side just to make sure that we are live. I believe so. I always do this, and then I figure that, oh, where is the video? And I'm streaming another platform. So let's see. There you go, and we're live and we're healthy. That's good. We got people watching. Guys, where you guys are from, type it in the comment down here below. Probably there's going to be a much more condensed version of this video. So if you're missing this live, obviously if you're missing this live, you're not hearing this. But for those that want to rewatch this video, there's going to be a condensed version that we're going to edit and actually upload on YouTube one more time, and probably Facebook and all that. So this is the Spectra Xion. Now we're going to move forward to our second release, and it is the Bellar. So let me show you guys the Bellar up and close. This is the MicroBeau Bellar. Now, this machine is a dedicated machine for permanent makeup. I wouldn't consider this machine a hybrid machine. This machine is designed to do a few things and to do them very, very well. So, why we designed this machine? Well, a lot of artists that have the Xion, they actually come from machines that are a lot smaller. A lot of people feel more comfortable with a machine that looks more like a pen, especially for strokes, especially for shading, you know, for lips and all that stuff. So we created this machine, which is very light. It is also very, very powerful. So don't let the size of the machine fool you, because this machine has similar power as the Spectra Xion. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to compare both machines so you guys can see the difference. Now, the main difference about this machine, the Bellar, is that this machine, you do not remove the motor. This machine comes with a 2.1 millimeter cam. So basically, it's kind of like in between what you are going to find in this machine. And 2.1 is more than enough for stroke, for shading, for even saturating heavily on the skin. So this machine, there's no need to adjust anything. Also, this machine doesn't have a give adjustment because of the smaller stroke. Basically, the machine is going to hit harder or softer by you dialing the volts of your power supply. Now, one thing that I want to mention is that this machine is still compatible, just like the Xion is, with most power supplies out there for tattooing. And if you have some of those permanent makeup machines that are dedicated for certain machines, you can actually use it as well by simply adapting the cable. And you know, so you are not required to go and buy everything new. One of the things that we wanted to do with all of our machines is we want to allow you, the artist, to actually have a lot of options, and we don't want to strap you just to one thing. So you can use in this machine any cartridge that may fit the Xion system, the locking mechanism. You can use any of those cartridges, and there are a lot of brands right now making cartridges. Right here, I have the Vertex cartridges. These are the ones for tattooing, but we have a version called the Nano that are actually designed for permanent makeup. We have 0.20, 0.25, 0.33 singles. We also have the 3U Magnum and the 5U Magnum. A lot of you guys are waiting for those cartridges, and actually they are right here in Miami at the pour. We're about to clear them out from the pour. So those are going to be available at microbeau.com and darklab.com. Moving forward, so this machine also has a grip that you can actually break apart. Let me show you right now. So we got people from Sweden. That's awesome. House of Ink Tattoo. So we can actually remove the grip this way. Just make sure that, let's see what I'm doing. There you go. Okay, there you go. So you can remove the grip on this machine and basically autoclave the grip properly. We are also going to have a disposable version of the grip. It's going to come available right in a couple of months, probably maybe February, March, around April actually. And you're also going to be able to dispose the grip and the cartridge at the same time after every single procedure. Now, what makes our machines very unique is that these machines are actually designed with sanitation in mind, okay? There are some machines out there where the grips are fixed. You cannot clean inside the grip, and we consider that those machines are not safe. Even if you use membrane, even if you use cartridges with membrane, you're still gonna cross-contaminate because you grab the cartridge with your hands, with your gloves, and most of the time you're gonna be touching fluids, you're gonna be touching ink and stuff like that. So when you lock the cartridge into the machine, there are chances to cross-contaminate the machine from the inside, regardless whether the cartridge has a membrane or not. So let me show you what I mean by that. So let's say this is our cartridge, and I have a Vertex here. Like for example, this one is for tattooing. This is about, I think this is a 7 liner. But when you do this, you know, you have your gloves, you twist the cartridge, you may grab it from here, you may grab it from here, and you're handling the cartridge. So keep this in mind. If your grip cannot come out, how are you going to clean the machine from the inside? So all of our products, you're going to be able to remove the grip completely and autoclave the grip. Okay, so this one is made out of aluminum and anodized, can be autoclaved, and you can also sanitize it. Of course, sanitizing is not the same as autoclaving or sterilizing. Okay, so if you cannot dispose, you got to make sure that you can autoclave your grip, and this machine delivers that. So another thing that makes this machine very unique, at least in our lineup, is the very first machine with a custom micro DC connector. Now, the Spectra Xion, let me show you again. The Spectra Xion features an RCA connection right here, so it's very reliable. You're not going to have any problem, but usually the cable's a little bit bigger. Now, this machine right here actually features a micro DC connector, and you can use it with this tiny cable, so like this. So the machine becomes very, very light. Basically, there's no weight from the cable. There's not pullback force or anything like that. Let me see if I have a cable right now for, I would have to look for it. But anyway, you guys know what the RCA looks like. Now, RCA is a little bit more robust. So if you are one of those artists that, you know, roll the chair over and stuff like that, well, it's going to last a little bit longer. But this one is actually really good quality. All you have to do, you just got to take care of this cable because, again, it's lighter, okay? And a lot of you guys want light things in your hand. With lighter things in your hand becomes a little bit more precaution. So DC connection, again, is very reliable, very consistent. You're not going to get fluctuation. And should anything go wrong with your cable, simply remove the cable, get a new one, and pop a new cable, and you're up and running. So that's that. Now, this is the Bellar, a machine that is ideal for hair stroke. It's a machine that's ideal for powder shading. It's a machine that's ideal for lips. And it's a machine that right now is being used by a lot of artists with a lot of success. And it is very, very steady. Now, the difference between this machine is a little bit thicker. So because it's a little bit thicker, it may not be suitable for a lot of artists with small hands or artists that, you know, require a lighter setup for their work. So this machine is gonna deliver that. Now, when it comes to quality of build, when it comes to what you can do with both machines can actually do exactly the same thing. Of course, if you're a professional artist, but when it comes to a machine that's lighter, dedicated for hair stroke and detail work, this one is going to be a better option over the Spectra Xion S. Now, Spectra Xion S is going to be probably a better option if you want like an all-rounder machine and you don't mind a little bit of the weight or a little bit of a thicker grip. So that's that. Now we're going to talk about another machine which we launched. We haven't launched it yet. Actually, we unveiled this machine at the Pasadena Tattoo Show. As a matter of fact, today's Sunday the 27th, we are there, and we are with Jeff Picasso. We are with Stephen G. And this machine is a machine that we designed with a few artists from the SMP world. Just to mention a few, again, Jeff Picasso, Stephen G, Matt Yulo, and the list goes on. So a lot of artists helped us to develop this machine. A lot of artists, you know, gave us their input about what a dedicated sculpt machine should look like. So we've been working behind closed doors on this project, and it's something that caught the industry by surprise. But this machine is a machine that is going to be also different than the Bellar, and a machine that's different than the Xion. So let's talk about the difference about the Apollo SMP. I'm gonna go up and close right now one more time so I can show you guys. Now, like I mentioned before, all of our machines are designed with versatility in mind. Use your cartridge that you like from the brands that you like. We're not strapping you to any particular brand. We're not strapping you to any particular power supply. One more time, with this machine, you're gonna be able to use any cartridge. And it's a machine that the main feature that sets this machine apart from this one and this one, Xion S and Bellar, is that the weight of the machine actually is tipped forward. So let me actually do a demo right here. So if I put the machine like this, what's gonna happen is that the machine is gonna tip forward like that. Tip forward like that. Tip forward like that. Now look what happened when I do exactly the same thing with the Bellar. When I do this with the Bellar, the machine sits in the middle, right? So the gravity point of the Bellar is right here in the center. Now, look what happens when I do this with the Xion S. It actually does it in the opposite direction, right? It does it in the opposite direction. So one more time. Center of gravity on this one is somewhat in here, right? So this machine is going to tip backwards. The Bellar actually has the weight right in the center of the machine. And the Apollo SMP has the weight in the opposite direction. So we have three machines with different balance. And why balance is so important? Well, balance is going to be very, very important depending on the type of work that you're doing. So if you are a permanent makeup artist, chances are that your hand is going to be moving in a wavy motion. You're going to be doing a lot of this. You're going to be doing a lot of this. So having a machine with the center of gravity in the center is actually ideal, because you're not going to get more force towards this side, or you're not going to get force towards this side. Basically, the machine is going to swivel and swing in your hand, giving you almost a seamless performance, you know, a very comfortable performance of your shading, of your lining, whatever you're doing with that machine. Now, the Spectra Xion has it more towards the back, but when you're lining, when you are doing heavy coloring and stuff like that, you may want to have actually a little bit of weight there, so you can actually clamp the machine in its total body of the machine. So that's that. A lot of artists like that. A lot of artists prefer something with a middle weight, and a lot of artists prefer something like the Spectra Xion S. So this one, because it's designed for scalp micropigmentation, usually scalp micropigmentation artists, they don't swing their hand when they're working. The entire procedure is kind of like this, right? So by doing this, having a machine with the weight at the tip, it gives the artist the comfort that their stroke and their the work is going to be much more consistent, much more precise, because there's not actually unbalance on the back of the machine that can cause them to change their pattern or something like that. So we tested a lot of grips, we tested a lot of shape for this machine, and we actually figured out that this is the best type of balance for this type of procedure. So you're doing this and this and this. Also, another thing that the weight in the front of the machine is going to provide you, with assistance in pigment implantation, because the weight of the machine is actually going to be doing most of the work. So when you lift your hand and you let it go, the machine itself is going downward. Whereas if you have the weight in the back and you do this, you kind of have to control the way the machine drops. So that is one of the main differences about this machine versus the other machine, and why this machine is a dedicated scalping machine. Now, this machine also features a DC connector, just like the Bellar, and let me show you guys. It features the same connector. So you can basically, this is the SMP, Apollo. So you can also have this light cable causing little to no weight in the back of the machine. So really easy to plug and unplug, and really easy to maneuver this machine. Now, there are similarities between the Bellar, the Xion, and the Apollo SMP, and the similarities are the ones that we mentioned before, that this machine is designed with sanitation in mind. So this machine can also have this grip removed. The grip can be autoclaved, and also we have this pulsar version of the grip that is going to allow you to toss the grip, you know, after a single procedure. So that's that. Now, in terms of performance, this machine has the same motor as the Bellar, so you get that nice power in a very compact motor, and this machine is going to give you a wide range of work by varying the voltage of the machine. So the motor is very responsive, meaning that by changing from, let's say, from 3 or 4 to 5, you're going to see a behavior that is going to alter across the range of voltage. Now, some machines, sometimes you change from 3 to 3.5, it's kind of like the same, and then you jump to 5 or something, and it spikes up. So this one has the curvature of acceleration, the motor, that is very, very, very even. So it allows you to tweak the machine to find the right speed for your style and for the type of procedure you're performing. Now, what else? Who's here? Let's give some shout outs to the people that are joining us live. So we have House of Ink Tattoo from Sweden, and then Permanent Beauty by Liva Liva from Canada. Holly Barding say, will the Bellar being coming out in different colors? Well, the Bellar actually right now ships in black and it ships in silver. So those are the only two colors that we have available. And you can find them right now on microbeau.com. The Bellar started shipping right now, so a lot of people have placed their pre-order. You guys ripped off the benefit of the $100 off if you did that. So those machines are actually shipping. Hundreds of orders that we're shipping. We started shipping on Monday. So if your machine hasn't arrived, hang on with us because the machine is on the way. We are hoping that by next week we're done with the pre-orders and everyone has their machine. So again, one thing that you got to keep in mind is if you live across the country, well, I mean, custom may take additional days for your machine to clear and stuff like that, so be patient, okay? And also, we're sending tracking numbers with every single order. Now, guys, we have these 3 machines. The Bellar is a machine that is now shipping, a very brand new machine that also has been tested by a lot of permanent makeup artists from all around the world. You guys can see a lot of the work done with the Bellar that we're posting on social media, on our Instagram account, MicroBeau Official, also on Facebook. And if you're a permanent makeup artist or an SMP artist, also join us in the MicroBeau World private forum on Facebook. So that forum is only for professional artists, and you have to actually request approval in order to join the forum. What else, guys? So this is it. Now, this machine, we are doing the unveiling of this machine, the international unveiling of this machine at Meetings of the Minds in the UK. And more information about that show, again, coming on our website. This machine right now is still not available for purchase. I believe February, we're going to start with the pre-orders for this machine for the Apollo SMP. And we're going to have this machine available through basically the entire networks of distributors around the world. So guys, drop your comments down below if you have any questions. We're going to continue monitoring this this chat here, and we're going to be answering any questions that you guys may have. So for pricing and for more specs and detail, visit our website at microbeauinternational.com. If you like the video, share this video, post it on Facebook, post it on whatever you want to share this video. We'll really appreciate that, guys. And I see you very, very soon with another review. The next one is going to be about the Vertex Nano cartridges. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to thumb up and drop your comments down below. Thank you.